Hey, what is up, you guys? Happy Sunday. Today's the 14th. I hope you guys are doing good. Hope you're having a good weekend. Hope you're taking some time off, because I say it a lot, kind of like a beating record, but you know, you have to take time off. You really have to take time off from trading. It is not one of those things where, like, the more that you sit in front of the screen, the more you become better, unless you're like a huge beginner. If you are trading for like less than a year, then you really should be focusing on learning. But like, even for the students in my private academy, I always say, like, don't learn and don't take courses for like more than an hour a day. It's not one of those things where like you just try to, you know, grind your way through it. Trading is not like that. It's much longer of an experience. So let's see who's here. Got a good amount of people here. I started doing this, we started this group, the free Discord, a couple of weeks ago, about a month actually from now. Already on the Discord, we have 2,000 fucking people, dude. That is amazing. Thank you guys. We got our 2,000 people within the first month of doing this. We did this the 14th of last month. So you guys are cool. We got like 26,000 subscribers on this channel, which this channel was an accident, as funny as it is. Like, we did not plan to make this channel. I had my original channel, and there's so many people were asking me like, hey man, how do I see like how you trade, or like what tickers, like what do you think about this ticker, what do you think about that ticker? Damn, we got 42 people on here. Hell yeah. What's up, guys? Ambu, how do I join the paid Discord? You just go into our normal Discord, and there'll be a little section that says upgrade, or just shoot me a DM once you're in there and I'll respond to you. But yeah, so like this was kind of like not planning to be an actual YouTube channel. And then I started just making these daily technical analysis videos, and everyone loved it. So now this is the main channel. So this is our hour each and every single week for you guys to give back, because I have so many freaking comments, which I love it. Please continue to comment, because it really helps you guys, this community grow, which is what I'm all about, because there's so many terrible communities out there that are toxic, and I don't want any of that. So you guys are freaking amazing. But continue to comment and stuff, but I just can't respond to all of them. So this is the time to go through that stuff, because, like, for those of you who don't know, I have 2 YouTube channels. I have 2 Discords. I do a private mentorship full-time. I run the company full-time. I make courses, and I have to trade myself. You know what I mean? The Tesla content is blowing you up. So funny enough, if you guys found my channel because of Tesla, or if you guys found my channel in regards to Tesla, or you're here because of Tesla, the algorithm, and you guys probably know this, the algorithm does crazy things. So if you make a video on Palantir, if you make a video on Neo, if you make a video on Tesla, it'll blow you up. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to get big on YouTube just by using hot keywords. Like, that's why I don't cover Shiba Inu or like any of those things, because I don't want that. I just don't want to blow up off of these keywords. But I realized I was being selfish as a content creator, because you guys want me to do these videos daily on Tesla. You guys want me to do all these videos. So I can't be selfish as a content creator. I have to give you guys what you want. And if the public wants me to do videos on Palantir, Neo, Tesla, that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, we've been blowing up, and it's amazing. So the way that this works, let me know of a ticker you want me to go over. If it gets crazy, we have 66 people here, which is not that nuts. It's still a freaking crazy number. But if it does get too crazy, we're going to have to try to do it in a little bit better of an order. But let me know of a ticker you want me to go over. Shout it out in the comments. If I miss it, just let me know and retype it, because it could be going by so fast I won't see it. And then we can kind of go over all of my trades for the week. Not what I have traded, because that's for our premium members on the Discord, which you guys do want to, join the Discord. It is completely free. There's no bullshit. Like, it is just completely free. I do these live streams once a week there. I did post this one on normal YouTube as well. There's, we have a new course that just came out on Teachable that's all about technical analysis, teaching you guys everything I know about technical analysis, and a bunch of other free stuff. So goal is to give a bunch of free stuff as much as we possibly can. And then if not, we'll go over like my actual trades and stuff. So let's get into it. R2, do you think Tesla will go up this week? Honestly, I really don't. We're kind of at like a make or break here, and I know a lot of people are going to ask about Tesla, so let's just get it out of the way. We're kind of at a make or break here with Tesla, and a lot of people get really mad when I go against the grain and talk bad about Tesla. Ultimately, if you guys have been watching, which let me know if you have, because that's been amazing. We've been watching Tesla since June. I started covering Tesla every single day at the beginning of June because we saw this big bullish pennant that was forming here. And I said that we'd probably see Tesla at 900 by the end of the year. Obviously, they had great earnings. On top of that, they had the Hertz deal that came through, and the stock it just went parabolic for a time period. And a stock cannot hold these levels. And I made a video about this yesterday, kind of saying that if you were a hedge fund, if you were able to move the market, would you be buying Tesla at $1,200 and pushing the stock up? Probably not, right? About 80 of us truly would say probably not. 1,200, I'd like to see it higher, but would I be buying it at 1,200? Probably not. So I do ultimately think this week we could see Tesla. I think that by the end of the year we will still be up around 1,150, 1,200, but I do think we're going to fill this gap at 900. I do personally believe that, and I talked about this with the group, like the free group, a little bit. You have to be a hunter. I don't want to say trader anymore. I know the channel is Traders Helping Traders, but I like the word portfolio managers better because that's what we are. We're managing our portfolios. We're managing risk. But for me, I do think that we have a better chance of filling this gap first and then moving its way back up. So for me, as somebody who doesn't have a position, a lot of people might be like, well, you don't put your money where your mouth is. No, I don't have a position, but I'm objective enough to tell you what I personally feel and not what I'm praying or hoping happens. So I think that by the end of the year, not looking at just this week, but by the end of the year, should still see this at like 1,150, 1,200. But I do think we have a better chance of filling the gap to 900 than we do pushing back up to 12. And really, if we close tomorrow under $1,000, it's gonna be like a 90% chance we're gonna see $900. I did just see this, Jeff, 2022 price target for Tesla. That's really good. I think end of 2022, let's see. I think we're going to pull back to 900, probably catch this trend line. I think end of 2022, we could see like $1,600 to $1,800. But here's the thing. Let's look at the next 5 years quickly, and then we'll look at some tickers. This is what I want you to think about if you're a long-term investor in Tesla. And I want you guys to actually give me your feedback. It seems that fundamentally with Tesla, there's some quality control issues, but you're really not buying Tesla for the quality of the actual car. You're really buying it for the technology. Then you look at a lot of these other cars that have, these bigger car manufacturers who are actually making, electric vehicles. Now, they don't have the technology or the actual, the technology that Tesla has, but they have higher quality control for the actual car. Which do you think is going to come first? Do you think Tesla is eventually going to catch up in the next 5-10 years and start really making higher quality vehicles with the amazing, technology that Tesla has? Or do you think that these other car companies are going to fill the gap that Tesla has with their technology and have quality cars? That's where, when I look at this in the next 5 years, that's the two questions I'm asking. Which is going to happen? Is Tesla going to end up bringing up higher quality control and really being the total package, or are these other companies going to actually end up catching up as far as technology is considered? So I think with 2022, I think price target probably be around $1,500 to $1,600. That's not a question at all. It's very true. It's not a question. But because I stated which one I think will happen, but that is a question in my opinion of what I would be looking at. Oh my God. Okay. Marisol, your thoughts on buying, I'm going to skip the tickers real quick. Your thoughts on buying Tesla stock with home equity or margin? Do not do that. I would not do that. I would not do that at all. If you're going to take a home equity line of credit, you should not be buying stocks with it. Let's talk about that first. I would not do that. Sorry, I put the link, free Discord. I forgot to do the link. I don't know if it's going to work now, but you can check in the description now. I would not be buying if you're going to take a home equity line of credit out, anybody, is anyone here, do not put it in the stock market. Do not do that. I would never recommend anyone to take a home equity line of credit and do that. I really wouldn't. If you do want to take a home equity line of credit out, I would recommend putting it into an investment property. And even at that, I really don't like doing like a HELOC to go buy another investment, because the chances of the stock market shit in the bed within the next couple of years is massive, and the chances of the real estate market shit in the bed in the next couple of years is massive as well. And you don't want to go losing your house over trying to make gains. It's just not worth it. Tigers, Palantir to $16. I don't think Palantir is going to hit 16. I do think Palantir is going to hit 20 to 21. I have a position right now, and I'm planning on this thing pulling back down. But I don't think it's going to end up hitting $16. If it did hit 16, I would love to buy it long term. But I don't believe we're going to end up hitting $16, to be quite honest. It'd be great, but I don't see it personally. Susie, welcome to THT Private Membership. Thank you for becoming a member. So if you guys do want to become a member, it is $3 a month, and you get one high conviction trade if you are interested. I don't like plugging a lot of stuff, but BURL, we played this from down here to 253 up to 300. That was one a couple of weeks ago. DPZ was one a couple of weeks ago from 450 up to 500, and I, of course, sold way too soon. As well as a couple of other ones that we killed it on. But yeah, so for Palantir, I don't think we're going to hit 16 personally. I'd love it. I really would. All right, let's see. VRL. Sorry if I say your guys' names wrong. MVIS. I actually have a position in MVIS. I called it out to the private group and to the upgraded members in the Discord a couple of days ago. This thing looks fucking beautiful. RSI pointing up, MACD's crossed, OBV pointing up as well, so good volume has to come back into this, and it's looking good. TTM squeezing. For me, price target at 1080, 1280, and 14. I really like MVIS. CHBT all day. What's up? CHBT. It's not a ticker. CHBT. Did I do it wrong? CHBT. No, I think you may have typed it wrong, all day USA, but let me know. Lucid, man. All right, so I sell stuff way too early, but I called out Lucid back here at October 22nd. This thing broke out. I sold it at like 31 bucks. That shit happens. Yeah, so Lucid's been pushing up really well. We do have a divergence forming here now. On the RSI, MACD is looking a little weaker day by day, and OBV is pointing down day by day. So not looking too bad, but it's looking like we could try to fill this gap up to 52. But to be quite honest, if you're not already in Lucid, I wouldn't touch it. I really wouldn't. If you're already in it, let it roll. It's looking good, but it's not a great entry in my opinion. Atoro, GGPI, same thing. I would not touch this unless you're already in it. RSI is overbought. MACD does look good. OBV does look good. But this is one of those things, like, you always have to think to yourself with a runner or with a breakout, what is your risk versus reward? So if you think about it, if you were to enter tomorrow, if it opened at 1280, let's say it could go up to 13, 14 bucks. That's great. But let's also say that there's a very high likely chance that this could pull back to minimum support. So we're talking minimum support here of 1150, which is a 10% loss, and then down to 11 is a 15% loss, and then down to 10 is a 20% loss. So for me, I wouldn't touch it at this point. If you're already in, let it ride, but I really wouldn't go in myself. And you can't, FOMO is something that happens a lot in this industry, but you can't really have FOMO too much because there's so many positions out there. Like in the past 2 weeks or past 6 weeks, we've taken like 62 trades. So there's always something else out there. Marquarl. I don't know if I said that right. I'm sorry. AEI. Okay. So a couple things to look at here. Number one, since IPO, the stock has done nothing but go down. So I don't like to go against the grain. It usually doesn't end up working that well. The volume is very, very small, like very, very small. So I don't like it. RSI is trying to point up. MACD's cross to the downside. Honestly, not something I would touch. Nothing is saying to buy this in my opinion yet. DD. Oh, let's talk about these Chinese companies. So, all right, DD. This was a position I took back in September. Big money was buying the living shit out of it. It was looking solid. From a technical standpoint, we had double bottom down here coming into the beginning of October, and then I sold it for like a small loss. The reason I sold it is because even though we bounced, I got back up to like only a couple $100 loss, but big money was not continuing to buy, and the risk that you have investing and trading Chinese companies right now is ridiculous. Like I was part of that TAL gang when this thing cratered on Chinese Communist Party saying that they're going to make all of these learning companies become what's it called, nonprofits. So I think that buying DD, RSI is pointing up, it's good. MACD just crossed, it's good. OBV pointing up, it's good. We have to see volume. So when you're coming up to a resistance like this, we need a ton of volume to push through. We need to. And then also it looks like we could fill the gap to 14. So I think that this looks good, but I would not risk a ton of money. I really wouldn't. Siren, what's up, my boy? BNTX. This is solid. So looking at the weekly, this is one thing I always like to do, zoom out. So looking at the weekly chart, you can see we have a good trend line here. So when in doubt, zoom out. I always say this, but when in doubt, zoom out. You can see that we have a good trend line here. You can see the RSI is trying to trend back up. You can see on the weekly, the MACD did make a lower high, a higher low on the histogram. This looks good. We're holding the 200. If you buy it, I would say there's a decent chance that it could drop down to 160, but it does look good. I like BNTX here. Steve-O, PayPal. A lot of people have been asking me about this in the private mentorship group. Good support here. Let's zoom out a bit. Good support here at 200 to 206. I think ultimately though, if we can't hold this, it's going to drop to 173. So the two ways I would say this is enter here and set a stop loss at 198. Because if we get down to 198, it's definitely dropping to 172. That's what I would say. PayPal's looking good. Upstart is probably going to drop to 175. So where the 200 is, if we draw a trend line from basically since IPO, it lines up with around that price. I think it's too early to get into Upstart. Usually if something gaps down because of a fundamental reason like earnings, it's going to continue to gap down. And Activision, this is a tough one, honestly. This company has been facing a lot of issues, not only with scandal that's happened, but also fundamentally Activision kind of fucked Blizzard up. And I feel like of all of the gaming companies out there, Activision's the weakest. If you're part of the private group, dude, we have 140 people on here, concurrent viewers. Dude, thank you guys. What's up? I've been talking about this with the private group, but if you look at Activision itself, we had this really good inverted cup and handle, great put position up here at 82. We are trying to hold the 200-day SMA, but for me, I really wouldn't touch it at this point. I think that fundamentally, when you look at this company, it's not really doing too hot, and I wouldn't be surprised if it dropped down to 44. So if you really want to take a position, Steve, I would say set a stop loss at like 63, unless you really want to like ride it down long term, but I would be careful. 2022 price target, we talked about that. Stock Explorer, what's up, Nora? Big like, thank you. Snap, so many stocks dropped after earnings. What are the best ones to load up on? So I'll share a little bit with you guys. I'm not touching Snap right now. It has been getting a shitload of buys, so it is looking good. I bought Pins. Pins and Twitter, I have right now both. So if you are part of the private chat revenue, $5, you could pay money in the chat. Thank you guys, whoever gave me $5. Thank you. That's fucking awesome. I didn't even know you can do that. But yeah, so for me, like, I bought Pins and I bought Twitter. A lot of this reason is because weekly Pins is looking phenomenal. If we look at Twitter as well, Twitter is at the bottom of this bull pennant. So for anyone who's going to ask about Twitter, big bull pennant here. The amount of buying has been freaking nuts. So if we go back, we look at Black Box. Let's go to Twitter. I don't know what the dates were. You can look in the Discord. If you're a upgraded member, I post all the flow there that's unusual. But let's go back through. So you can see here, recently, this was back on 11.5. Some good calls coming through. There was like a huge flow. Let me go back to the Discord really quick. And let me just type Twitter. I'll be able to find the flow pretty quickly and figure out what the date was. More buys on Twitter, still holding my position. This is 11.10, 11.12, 11.19s. Okay, so this was the one. What was this date? 10/27. That's why I can't find it. So if we go back to the 27th of October. All right. 10/27. And this was at 9:58 a.m. Right. This is the one I bought. So this person came through. This is a big money whale. $2.33 million sweep at the ask for a June 17th, 2020 60 call. That type of flow, that's what I'm looking for. That's perfect. So I really like Pins. I really like Twitter. I'm personally sitting out on Snap. If I have to pick them, those are the two that I really like. Your thoughts on buying Tesla stock with home equity? I would not do that. Personally, the free Discord link, it should work now. If it doesn't, the free Discord link is in any of our other videos that just came out. You'll be able to see it if you want to get access to the free Discord. Abel, it's more about money and ability to scale. This is very true, but that is still a question. Are they going to be able to actually do that? See, with the infrastructure that Tesla's building and these other factories, I do think they have the ability to do that. My friend has a Model 3 and he just got it, and the quality is a lot better than I had expected, to be quite honest. So we'll see. What is going on here? I hope the stream is still working. I accidentally clicked something. Is the stream still working? I'm hoping so. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see it though. Okay, all right, it looks like the stream is still working. All right, I don't know what the hell happened, guys, sorry. I clicked out of it on accident, and I don't know how to get back into it with my creator dashboard, so hopefully we're gonna be able to do this. Okay, live, here we go. Live, and I can click on it here. How can I view this? Sorry, guys, it's like my first time going live on doing it this way. Analytics, oh, control room. Okay, cool, we're back, we got it. All right, let's go back up. All right, here we go. We're getting back to it. All right, here we are. Listening, big like, thank you. Okay, I'm still, guys, if I don't see your things, I'm still going through this. So we're back up like towards the beginning of the stream. So I will get to them hopefully, but we'll see. Thoughts on buying Tesla? We already talked about that. The casting would make a lot of quality problem sources obsolete. Very true. Quality control is easier than catching them in terms of technology. I do agree with that. I do think it's much easier for Tesla to make a car that is a lot more quality, as far as the actual car itself, rather than it is for these other companies to catch the technology. I do agree with that. Cosmetics, easy to fix. I do agree. RKLB. All right, Rocket Labs. I don't know anything about this company. But you can see there was a decent support here. When you're dealing with an IPO, it really is just like very, very risky. Honestly, for somebody like myself, would I personally touch this? No. And that's not to say you can't make money on it, but it's just, as somebody who's been trading full time for the past 8 years, I don't usually touch these things. If you guys notice, if you are part of the group, you know that like all the money I make and all the trades I make are off of the same things: descending wedges, bull flags, unusual options activity. You know what I mean? I personally wouldn't touch this. I think there's better trades out there. Jeff, I'd rather see you trade Pinterest than that, honestly. Doesn't mean you can't make money though. Activision, Baba. We already talked about Activision Reb. You can go back. I wouldn't touch it at this point. Doesn't mean you can't bounce, just wouldn't touch it. Alibaba is a good example too. If we look at Alibaba, we talked about this trade. We traded this one if you guys are part of the group. Descending wedge, bullish divergence, my favorite thing to trade. We bought this from 140 and I sold it up at 170. It ran. Looking at this from a technical standpoint, it looks like it's going to break out. It looks like Baba will push up to 210 by the end of the year. However, we have earnings, so it's a crapshoot. See what happens. Boss, look at people who say, should I buy random stock, then short that stock because it has sucked in people who are clueless in winning strategy. Yeah, that's why I always try to say to you guys, like, if you guys are new to trading, take time. Like, I don't want to go on a sideways tangent because I do want to go over these tickers, but like, we're in no rush here. It took me about 4 years to be like consistent with trading. And that's how it is, right? 90% of people fail. This is completely true. This is not fake. It's completely true. But 90% of people don't actually try. They don't find a good community. They don't find a mentor. They don't actually log all their trades. They don't actually keep a journal of how they are feeling emotionally. They don't actually use proper risk management. They don't do all of these things. If they did, that number would be much different. CHPT. All right, there we go. A lot of people ask me about ChargePoint. So this thing was looking really bad at one point. We had this big descending triangle, but we have broken out. It is looking good. RSI pointing up. If we look at the weekly, looking good. Traditionally not the best time to buy, but it does look like ChargePoint's going to move up to 40 within the next couple of weeks. Facebook, Rob. Yeah, Facebook looks phenomenal. I love Facebook. This is a high conviction trade of mine right now. If you are part of the group, I'm not trying to give away everything, but a lot of people are asking. Yeah, we're holding this trend line. We have an inverse head and shoulders, RSI pointing up, MACD, OBV, big money's buying the living shit out of it. Facebook is a good one. I really like Facebook. Neo, I like Neo too. I still think Neo can be up at 50 to 55 by the end of the year. Neo is looking good. I can keep you guys posted throughout the week, but as long as it's holding the 200, we should be good. Dark, TMC, please. I got you, bro. I would be very careful of this. So I really wouldn't touch this personally. And this doesn't mean, remember guys, when I say I wouldn't touch this, it doesn't mean that I am not saying not to buy it. It just means I personally wouldn't. Super low amounts of volume, tons of volume, craters, and it looks like we're just going to sit here sideways for a while now. So I personally would not touch TMC. I think there's better trades out there. ELMS, and this is what I want you to realize, guys. When you're playing these types of stocks, none of us move the market. Like, none of us move the market. We don't. We really don't. You have to think to yourself, when you're playing a stock that has little to no volume, who, or even any trade at all, who is going to come in and bid this thing higher? Who is going to come in and buy the living crap out of this and move the stock up? Because we can't. So who is going to come in and why would they do it? That's a big thing to think about. All right, so ELMS. Once again, don't know anything about this company, but let's just look at this thing on the daily. We have a big, strong support here at about $9, and we'll call it $9.65, which old supports act as new resistances. If you guys haven't, go check out the free course. It's a free technical analysis course. It just came out. All you have to do is no bullshit. You're not gonna sign your life away, none of that. Just go into the free Discord. The link is in the description. If that link didn't work, I'll actually post it right now within the chat, or you can go and just look at any of our videos. It's in the beginning of them in the description, and go to the resources section. It's free resources. Go check it out. But one of the things to talk about, massive support becomes a new resistance. It's gonna be very hard for ELMS to get above 10 bucks. The only way to get through this is with volume. Fuel cell, FCEL. Same thing, resistance here at 12, kind of same thing as ELMS. But this looks really good. Holding over the 200, volume is good. I don't think this is bad. If you're already in it, I would hold on to it. If you really want to enter, it does look like we should take a push back up. If we can get through 12, we should see 18. So this looks good. Sophie, what's up? LI. LI Auto's looking sweet. I have a position in LI right now. It's looking very good. Big money's been buying the shit out of it for the past couple of weeks. Good bull flag. I really like this. I think by the end of the year, we could see LI at 38. I really like this a lot, looking at the next couple of months. It looks really good. Ella, what's up, Ella? Member of the channel. I see the little badge next to you. That's why, yeah, that's what the badges are for. That makes sense. Coin. I think it's, so here's the thing. Coin was trading a lot between 280 and 216. For me, honestly, with Coin, I think if you're already in it, hold on to it. If you're not in it, I probably wouldn't touch it. RSI is pointing up, but trending down. MACD did just cross to the downside. OBV is still pointing up, so it does look like we could see a run back up to 380. But just from a risk standpoint, it's not worth it. But if you're already in it, do it up. Do you believe that Tesla could go down to 750 after Elon sells his last stocks? So if you haven't already, go watch the video I did yesterday talking about Elon selling. He sold such a minuscule amount, it's ridiculous. Looking at Tesla though, could it go back to 750? I think it could, but I don't see that happening. I think the only way that it would go back down to 750 would be like if something with the Hertz deal doesn't go through, or if something changes, or something major, or the whole market pulls back, which I do think in the beginning of the year, I think the whole market is going to dump. I made a video on my main channel. It's really not my main channel anymore. This is, I still call it though. It's all about fundamental investing, but I talked about a potential crash or correction in the beginning of the year. You can go check out the link should be in the description, or you can just type my name, Peter DiCarlo, DICARLO. I do think first quarter markets can be very weak. We could see Tesla pull back to 750, but I really don't think we're going to. I think we're going to see 900 and we're going to hold, but only time will tell. We'll see. Do you believe? Yeah, we talked about that. Siren, hey, all tech stocks are risky. Value is the way to go next year. I agree. If you guys are part of my group, we have a private mentorship group, but the premium one I'm talking about, you probably notice I'm playing a lot of shares right now. One thing you'll notice is going into 2021 or 2022. I'm sorry, geez, I can't believe it's 2022. Going into 2022, I'm going to be selling a lot of cash secured puts, and I'm going to be doing a lot of spreads. I'm going to be trading much safer than I do right now, because historically this is a very, very, very good quarter for the market. And so I like to be a little bit more aggressive when it comes to the market, because in the fourth quarter and in January, you'll see I'll go from a capital appreciation mode to a capital conservation mode. Let me see. What's up, Siren? Straight to the moon. Yeah, that'll be good from there. Dark DDD. Let's take a look. Good support at 24. Good resistance at 35. All right, so let's go to a weekly. This will be a little bit easier to show you on a weekly. So let's just do trend line and trend line. Good bull pennant holding here. I like this. If you've got time on your hands, you're willing to hold it for a bit, this does look good. Can you look at Etsy? Of course I can, Lissa, no problem. This is a good example here too. This is a very good example. Trend, very strong trend to the upside. Very good bull flag here with a very strong bull flag breakout. I would not be entering Etsy, but Etsy looks like you could continue to run up to 300 by next couple of months. 950 isn't bad, but if it falls like it does now, rest in peace. Yeah, 950 is not bad. It's really not. It's not bad at all. A lot of people get upset when they see things like, oh, 950, Tesla's like, you have to understand, this thing is up fucking massive. Like, I just did a video, it's not out yet, but on the other channel, talking about not giving a shit about money and how you have to be indifferent to losses and wins. And so when a lot of people are like, dude, you know, Tesla's down, you know, for instance, let's just say from 1200 to 800, even if it did drop 40%, you have to understand that within the past, let's just look at the past year. Within the past year, the stock is still, even if it dropped to 900, up 127%. That's massive. Like, it's so massive, right? So even if it dropped to 950, it's not bad. It's just a way for me to enter. I'd be happy with it. Mark Hall, you have a special voice in a positive way. Remarkable. Thanks for the live stream and quick analysis. Thank you so much. It means a lot. I think I sound like a bird. It's funny. A lot of people say I sound like, what's his name? Jonah Hill. I don't get that. Jonah Hill, and a lot of people said Tom Holland. So I'll take both of them, but thank you. The only reason I can do this so fast, though, is because I've been doing this for years and years and years. One thing you'll notice, one of the biggest differences between like true masters of their art and gurus, this is not just in the stock market, guys, but across the board, by how they talk about their craft. So I don't know if you know this, but any video I make, I have no script. I don't read a fucking script. Even on my main channel, like I don't read a script. Like, this is what I live and I breathe, and this is who I am. I don't need a script. I'm not sitting here like, welcome guys, today we are going to talk about Tesla. Like, I don't do any of that. I can just shoot from the hip. If you're truly a master, you can do it. But thank you. That truly means a lot. Missed the Tesla analysis. Holding since it dropped from 1150. Should I hold long term or try to invest my money elsewhere? Bogdan, if you're in it long term and you truly are cool with holding it for a couple of years, you're more than fine. I do think it's going to move down to 900. If it does, not a bad place to still hold it. Long term, you're good. You're really good. God damn, we've had 1,000 playbacks in a head. Dude, thank you guys. If you guys want me to do more of these, like, let me know. I can do a live stream like once or twice a week on this channel. Can you do Apple? I have contracts for end of the year. If you guys have any questions, like what I want to kind of do too is like maybe videos on like options. Options seems to be like a big issue that a lot of you guys get into and make a lot of money or lose a lot of money. I don't recommend, I'll just put this out there, I don't recommend anyone trade options if you've been trading less than 2 years. And if you're really going to trade options, I would always go at least 4 times the amount that you think you need. So if you're going to trade it for a week, I would recommend going like a month and a half out. I really would. Apple looks really good. I had some calls last week. I closed them out because I had weeklies, which is like, I never do it. And, you know, still even me, I get greedy. But yeah, so for me, I think Apple will probably close the end of the year at 156. Also, if you guys could too, I hate asking, but hit the like button. It does help to push this out and helps us to get more views and stuff. Let me see. Also, too, one thing I'll ask is for anybody who is a concurrent subscriber, how many videos do you like a day? I would like to put 3 or 4 analysis videos out a day, but I don't want to overload you guys with too many videos. I have to think like you guys aren't just watching my channel. You know what I mean? Look at Roku. Any opinions? I got you confused. Man, I was buying Roku. Oh my God. I remember the day Roku IPO'd, I was sitting in my office when I first started my real estate investing company, and I was buying Roku at like, what was it at? Like, yeah, $20. God damn, dude. If only I held that. Yeah, Roku looks good. I like Roku a lot long term. I really do. Short term, we do have a good support here at 271, but if we do snap 271, we are going to move down to 176. But I really like Roku. I think Roku looks very good. Ambu, free Discord works now. Thank you. Yeah, no problem, man. All the drops after earnings, is the calls market generally overpriced? Here's the thing, boss. This is a very good question. Is the market overpriced? Yes. The market has been overpriced, in my opinion, for 4 or 5 years. Still pushes. You know what I mean? Like, it's still, the market will still run. That's why I don't go against the market. Even though I believe that we should not be where we are right now, I still don't go against the market. Because for years, people have been calling this crash. And then it finally did happen, and no one ever thought it was going to be a pandemic that caused it. You know what I mean? Working. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you for letting me know it's working. Let me see. Apple, we already talked about that. Mr. Wheelgun. ARK is also buying MKFG. All right, so this is all right. So this is what I want to show you guys real quick, because I always say don't go against the grain, don't go against the market, right? But one thing I want you to realize here is this is actually showing a potential reversal, and I want to explain why. This is a great example. So we have a nice resistance here, slowly moving its way down. We're going to draw a line here. We also have a support slowly moving its way down in a wedge formation, descending wedge, one of my favorite things to trade. You can see we have a breakout here. You can see that at the time of the breakout, the RSI was pointing directly up, which is a very, very good sign. I'll zoom in. And you can see too that at this point, MACD is crossed and the OBV is starting to trend up. The other thing that I want you guys to realize too, that's very, very crucial and important here, is this divergence. So if you look at this low here on the RSI, this was back in July. Then we made a lower low on October 4th, and we made a higher low, a significantly higher low here on the RSI. That is a very good sign for a potential reversal. I don't like playing downward movements. Who was this? Mr. Wheelgun, but this looks really good. I would definitely take this trade. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You have to be indifferent, but it would work. Sam Seuss, Tesla hit bottom. No, I don't think so. We could bounce here. We really could bounce here. We're still to 22, but I think we're going to fall to 900, 950. All right, who is this? Peter Pajarito. What's up? Peter's a good name. All right, Zen. So if you guys are in the group, you know we played Zen back around October 5th, hit our price target of 136, and then dropped. Very happy I sold. It was a good trade of ours. Zen crashed on earnings, fell on that 200-day SMA. I don't think it's a bad buy at all. Best buy would be down at $90, but I think if you're holding this for the next couple of months, Zendesk is very, very good, Peter. This is honestly gold for someone like me who's new to trading. Thank you. Yeah, that's the goal, guys. Like, I'm just trying to help you guys, especially if you're new, because so many people come into this head first, and it's amazing. But unfortunately, the thing that brings a lot of people here into the financial markets is the same thing that kills a lot of people, right? And it's because there's no limits. There's no rules. There's no rules in the market, and it screws a lot of people. They don't understand because they can just do whatever the fuck they want for the first time in their life. You know, you're out of school. Or maybe you're in school and you got, you know, all these parameters that you have to live by and stuff, but you come to the financial markets and they don't give a shit. They don't care what your race is. They don't care about your sexual preference. It doesn't care about if you're a felon or not. It doesn't care about how much money you have. It doesn't. And that's a beautiful thing about the market. It's what attracted me to the market. But it is also why a lot of people screw themselves over. I'm all in Tesla. I drive 200 mile per hour Cadillac CTSV, but Tesla in their factories, I just love so much. Hell yes. Well, you're doing very well for yourself. Because Tesla should perform very well over the next couple of years. BFLY earnings play. I don't Butterfly. I don't know about Butterfly, but for me, I don't really like earnings that much. Holding the 200 though. BFLY looks good. It does look good though. I don't like earnings though. We can see it good. Bro, I've missed you talk about Lucid. Lucid, yeah, we went over Lucid earlier. I wouldn't touch it personally. But if you're already in it, let it ride if you want, or you can take profits. There's one thing I want to talk about too. Unrealized gains. It is not your money until you sell. Please realize that. It is not your money until you hit the sell button. That's why a lot of people are like, oh, you sell too early. Yes, but you know what I mean? What is your average profit on weekly options, Jamni? So I don't trade weekly options, but weekly on average, I usually make about $1,000 to $2,500 a week in the market on average. Normally I'm looking at about $5,000 a month, $4 or $5,000 a month. But I also don't day trade. I also don't push to make a shitload of money. Like some months are better than others. But I don't trade weekly options. I would never recommend anyone to trade weekly options. When you look at the best of the best, the people who do this for a living, I want you to realize this. None of them usually trade weekly options. And if they do, it's a very, very small amount of them. I know a lot of people who are multi-millionaires from trading and portfolio managing. None of those people I know trade weekly options. Monkey see, monkey do. It's like when you go to the gym. You see a lot of people riding on those ellipticals and those bikes. Unfortunately, most of those people probably don't look the way that you want to look. But if you go and look at the free weights, people doing, compound movements, deadlifts, squats, overhead presses, they look really good. Do what you think that person is. So if you find somebody who is financially successful as a portfolio manager, see what they do. Can you save the live stream? Yeah, the live stream is going to be public. So you guys can just click on this like a normal video later if you want to go back and see if I talked about something you wanted or something like that. But like I said, also join the Discord because I can't respond to everything over there. But there's a lot of good stuff over there. And also too, when I look at profits, Jamni, I don't look at how much I make a week. I look at how much have I made in a month or how much have I made in a quarter. Because some weeks you'll have a shit week. Some weeks you'll have a great week. You know what I mean? Can you break down SoFi? Let's do it. Let's do it. Jesus. All right, SoFi looking not the best to enter here. If you're already in it, I would definitely hold it. But if you're trying to enter now, it is a little bit of a risk. Big bull flag breakout. I think SoFi is going to close the end of the year up around 25. I like it. How about Moderna and York? Man, if you guys are in the private academy, you know that I bought Moderna at like 11 bucks. And I sold it at like 140. So I made a shitload of money off of Moderna. But I wish I would have held longer. Moderna's just finally looking like a healthy pullback, right? Nothing can go parabolic forever. Moderna is actually, I love this company. I really do love this company long term. It's why I bought it in the first place. I don't think it's bad. I would say wait for 200. If you want perfect price, 200 bucks. Let me sip some coffee. Hang on. You can tell I'm from the East Coast, by the way, I say coffee. Any thoughts on MULN? Looking like we could break out here, but we have earnings coming up, so a ton of risk. Ton of risk. Probably wouldn't touch it, to be quite honest. If you're already in it and you were buying down at like 8, do it up. But if not, I wouldn't touch it. All right, B, AMD. So AMD, man, big money was buying the living shit out of this. I missed it, but I wouldn't get in AMD. I think AMD can definitely continue to run, but I wouldn't get in it, to be honest. Can you save the live stream? Yes, we will. BGFV, we already talked about Lucid. I wouldn't be entering Lucid personally at this point. If you are in it, you can hold it. Same thing, BGFV. I wouldn't get in it, but if you're already in it and you want to let it ride, do it up. Talked about SoFi, GGPI. I got you, Sam. So yeah, this is what I like about doing these live streams already, is that a lot of you guys ask me about stocks in the Discord, and like I just can't do them because I can't make a whole video about it if there's not like a ton of people who, you know what I mean, just for time. But for GGPI, I would not touch this. If you're already in it, Sam, if you're already in it and you want to let it ride, yes, but it looks like we're gonna probably get a significant pullback soon. You guys watch these videos I make on market cycles a lot, but let's just look it up real quick. Market cycle. I don't want to make this a huge thing because there's a lot more that people that want me to go over. But let's look at a market cycle example. I talk about this a lot. Where is the one that I always refer to? I'm not going to be able to find it, but there's one I always refer to whenever I go over these videos. This is it. Understanding market cycles. So normally you have the first area, smart money. So you see at the top right, institutional investors. Can I zoom in here? Yeah, here we go. Let me zoom in a bit. So you have smart money, institutional investors, public gets a hold of it, enthusiasm, delusion. You get this bear trap. So if you see this right here, this is kind of where we are. So this is smart money, institutional investors, push, bear trap forming. Then we get this big push up, delusion, greed, new paradigm. So where we are now, this could hit like maybe 14 bucks. Then the rug pull happens, bull trap. So everyone's like, oh, I didn't get into this when it was up at, you know, whatever. Now I'm going to get into it. They get stuck in it and then they drop the bag. Like a very good example here is DWAC, you know, big push up. It's not going to hold. I don't think that, I don't think it's going to hold. Who was that? Sam. So GGPI, I would not touch it. If you're already in it and you want to let it ride, do it up, but I wouldn't touch it. TSP, good support down here at 33. TSP actually looking pretty good. Squeezing, TTM squeezing like heavy, RSI pointing up, OBV. I really think TSP can hit 50 bucks. It's looking good here. AMD, we already talked about that. I wouldn't enter, but it does look good if you're already in it. All day, man, you know, American Airlines, another position I'm in. Yeah, Big Money's been buying the hell out of this, guys. Big Money's been buying a lot of American Airlines. Did have a bad day on Friday. I did average down. Could potentially short-term move back down to 19, but I think the end of the year we could see this, you know, back up at 23, 24, maybe even 26. I like it if you got time on your hands. Dan Ross, BNGO, BioNano. Man, we were watching this at $1.90. It just needs volume. It really just needs a lot of volume. We're sitting here at support. It's a really good support, but we need volume. Look how low the volume is. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's very risky. I would not go in with a ton of money, but we are at a good support. Sage KG, what do you think about GameStop having a $1.93 million put option bet? Noticed it on Black Box. I will say I'm very surprised that it's holding here. I really am. I swore back in the day, like when we dropped down to 41, we were never going to get back up here. I don't know when the expiration is for those puts you're talking about, but yeah, I mean, I would not be surprised at this point if it did drop back down to like 80 bucks. I really wouldn't. It's not something I personally would touch or I tell anybody to touch. I really wouldn't. But it is holding here. It is looking good. So I mean, I'm surprised we didn't sell off within the couple of, you know, basically the past year almost now. Shopify, man, I will be blatantly honest with you guys. Shopify is one of those companies that I tried to get puts on for like years, and this company is just resilient. Another one of those I wouldn't enter here. Like we're breaking out to all-time highs. Great. I wouldn't enter here, but at the end of the day, if you're already in it, let it ride. It's looking very solid. VLD. I wouldn't touch this. I really wouldn't. Volatility galore. RSI pointing down. MACD's histogram is making a lower low. OBV pointing down. I personally would not touch this. If you're already in it and you want to let it ride, do it up. But it's not looking too hot. Veil, unusual dark pools at 12, holding above so far. What do you think? This is the bottom. Yeah, this looks solid, man. So if we zoom out, we do have a heavy trend line down at 1075, but good divergence, RSI pointing out, MACD cross. I think this is the bottom. I think that if you're going to enter VALE, I would say be okay with it falling to 11. It looks like it can definitely fall to 11. Desktop metal DM, please. Oh, let's do it up. So another one of these, slowly moving its way down. Good divergence. This looks like it should push up to 1250, but we have earnings, and earnings is a crapshoot. So I would just say very, very, very careful. Be very, very careful with this. But it is looking like we should move up. GGPI, we already went over that. 37%. CSPR, man. I was buying the crap out of CSPR back in the day, and it's just been cratering. Oh, this is, never mind. I was thinking of CRISPR. This is Casper. All right. Casper sitting at all-time low, just like when near those levels, just like a Smile Direct Club. I don't like this company long-term. I'm kind of biased because I bought a Casper mattress. I fucking hate it. I don't think these like beds in a box are going to be around for forever. I don't know too much about the company, but I would say that if you're buying this, you are taking a massive, massive risk here. Good divergence though. So you can see we keep making lower lows, but the RSI is making higher lows. Going into earnings, it's a huge risk, but it is looking like technically we're going to start recovering a bit here. Thanks for the new courses, Pete. No problem, Ella. Don't worry. Interested in the technicals on CSPR. Yeah, it does look like if there's no earnings, like we would try to recover back up to 7, but earnings is a huge problem. It's always going to be a massive risk. That's why I normally don't play them. Thanks for the new courses. Thank you, Ella. Will Tesla go down tomorrow? I'm not sure. I don't look at the next day, but I do think we're going to fill 900 first. Do you know if Elon has tweeted again about tax and stocks? I don't know if this is right or not, but I thought I saw him beefing with Bernie Sanders. We can look real quick about taxes. I mean, even if he does sell a lot, like it's really not that big of a deal. Let's see. Falcon 9. Astronauts. I don't think he has. This is November 10th. No, he hasn't. Not from what I've seen. No. All right, let's see. Don't think Vertex will pump 900 million pre-results would have sucked. Bro, Lucid, please, do you think it's risky to hold through earnings tomorrow? I think it is very, very risky to hold Lucid through earnings tomorrow. I do. I really do. Doesn't mean you can't make money, but I really do, yeah. If you haven't mentioned already, what are your thoughts on NVIDIA going up? NVIDIA's just like AMD. Looking good, I wouldn't enter. Good buys, but I wouldn't enter. It's just not worth the downside risk here. I still think it's going to continue to run, but it's not the best time to enter. A lot of people ask me, well, if you think it's going to go up, why are you not taking a position? You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? Like, if you can just sit back, it's not that big of a deal. GGPI, we're talking about that. What do you think about Vertex will pump to 900? Oh, don't think Vertex will pump. Okay. Let me go back up. A lot of dirt. Welcome to THT members. Thank you for joining. Let me see. Damn, there is a lot. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get through all this in the next 10 minutes. Price target on NVIDIA. I see that all the way at the bottom. Probably 320 by the end of the year. But we do have some gaps to fill. We have a gap to fill down to 270 and down to 237. Let me see. I can't find it now, but I saw somebody say, show your account and watch your mouth. First of all, it's my channel. I can do what I want. You don't have to listen. And second of all, come join the Discord and I'll show you my account. That's for them. But yeah, I mean, it's my channel. I can do what I want. Let me see. I gotta go back up. I can't see this. All right, so I posted on the Discord. New courses. I already saw that. Lucid. Why is his and hers dropping? They had good earnings. What's the ticker, Jeremy? I don't know his and hers stock. His and hers stock. Ticker. Oh, HIMS. That makes sense. Right? That makes sense. HIMS. Yeah, I didn't look at the earnings. Let me see. Estimate was a loss of 8 cents. Surprise, basically just broke even. Beat revenue by 5%. It's not bad. It probably has to do with guidance. Usually when you see revenue beats, and then a stock takes a significant pullback, it's usually because of revenue beats, or I'm sorry, because of guidance. But we have to see. Good descending wedge, tried to break out, and then earnings. It's not bad. What's the best way to learn trading? Janice, that is a whole video. But here's the best way to learn trading. Number one, we're going to wrap this up quickly here with this. Number one, start paper trading. If you have to be confident in your ability to trade. If you cannot trade with paper, you're not going to trade with money. Then start with a small amount, $100 in shares. Do that for a month. If you can do that, great. Then move up, move up, move up. If you can't trade with $1,000 and make consistent profits, I'm not talking about turning 1,000 into 2,000. Not talking about that, right? I'm saying if you can make 4% a month consistently over 6 months, then continue to add money. I would say don't trade options. Don't do that at first. Just only trade shares. Best way to learn, watch YouTubers, but make sure they're legit. Like, YouTube is a beautiful thing, but there are a lot of shiesty people. Like, I would not follow Tim Sykes or Tim Gertani or like Ducks or like any of those guys who just short like penny pumps. Like, I wouldn't do any of that. Find legit people. That's the biggest thing I would say. Find legit people, find a good community, find a good mentor. I'm not saying that just because I run a private mentorship group. You don't gotta freaking join mine, but that's the biggest thing. If you can, and read books. So Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, phenomenal book. Disciplined Trader by Mark Douglas is great. Trading for a Living by Alex Elder. Right, use books to your ability. It is ridiculous the amount of money I have made and the amount of knowledge I've gained from a $9 book. It's freaking nuts. Watch alert. Oh yeah, that was who it was. Share your account, watch. Yeah, I'm sorry if I curse, but like I said earlier, I try not to, but sometimes it slips out. This is something I love, something that I'm dedicated my life to, and sometimes I curse a little bit. But for me, I understand if you have kids in the car and stuff or whatever you're doing, but for me, cursing is, it's just, I don't know, it's just something I do. CSPR, we already talked about that. Yeah, I would be very careful with that, but is looking like it could bounce. Absolutely, let's live stream more. Hell yes, all day let's live stream more. I'm totally down, totally can. One video with multiple stocks is fine for me. It's what I'm trying to do now. I feel like maybe 2 videos a day and then doing like 2 in 1. So like Tesla and then the S&P 500 and then maybe like another video. CGC, oh, Peloton. This is a good one, Daniel. And thank you for being a member too. Peloton. Man. When I look at Peloton, I was very bullish in like mid last summer. This thing has fallen to a very, very attractive price. But when you look at the company fundamentally, it is very tough because they sell bikes that are like $3,000 and then they still charge you $40 a month. It's very tough. It's a very tough business model. I think that this company could be a good long-term investment, but I actually have to. I wouldn't be trading it. We are at a good support, but I wouldn't be trading it personally. I have to look into this again from a long-term standpoint. It's been a while. Maybe I'll do a video on it. Aristocat, CGC, love it. Love it, love it, love it. I added it, if you guys are part of the group, to my long-term watch list. I freaking love this company. It is a very, 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 very risky company, but it is one of the only companies out there. There's about 5 on my watch list right now that I think are extremely, extremely undervalued for long-term investing. Those companies are Zynga, Sam Adams, CGC, VRTX, Dropbox, and there's one more I can't remember off the top of my head. Sam Adams, let me see. Oh, and GAN, G-A-N. I still love that company long term too. Definitely more live streams. I can do that for sure. Tattooed Chef. A lot of people ask me about this company long term. Another company I'm very worried about long term. I've tried a lot of their SKUs and they taste like crap. And they are very expensive, so I don't know. Good bullish pennant. We right now do have a confirmation of a breakdown, but it's looking like it's going to be false because good volume is coming in. So it's looking like if earnings is good, we could see Tattooed Chef by end of first quarter, potentially up at 22, 23. So this is very, very risky, but it is looking pretty good. If you believe in the company, I would say it's not a bad buy. I have to do more financial research on them. What do you think will happen after GNOG shares become DK and Gee, fundamentally, I don't know anything about that merger, but I do like DraftKings long term. It is looking a little weak though here on the weekly, actually looking at it, but I do like DraftKings long term. I did a video on it on the other channel talking about DraftKings long term, explaining like the amount of money this company can make. You know, it's like it's freaking nuts. Once 50, you know, all 50 states are legal for gambling. All right, we're coming up on an hour, so let me kind of just go through some of these. If I already talked about it, you can go back and watch it, or I'll just give you like quick opinion. Definitely more live streams. Thank you. What do you think the value would be if Xi and Biden have a great chat on Monday? My concern with fantastic opportunities investing in new EV markets coming to the US, going to Europe, all this seems to be undervalued. It's a very good point, Beast. I'll have to do a video on that. Don't hate, bro, BFLY. Yeah, talking about, all right, so going back to BFLY, same situation. I still think it's probably going to end up pulling back to like 450, maybe even 435. Concern for Tesla if things go south is true. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay. At least in Sweden, we can trade the VIX in both bull and bear directions. Do you know any close obvious VIX catalyst? That could be another video too. But just for anybody who does trade the VIX, just be very, very careful if you're trading something like VIX, TVIX or VIXI, any triple leveraged ETF or anything like that. Like, is TVIX not even a thing anymore? Huh. Maybe it actually reverse split so much that it freaking died. All right, let me go through. I have to push through. Our pot stocks going to start heading up. That SNDL run was crazy. I do think pot stocks, I do think marijuana is undervalued. I actually really do think that. IIPR was a long-term company that I was investing in for a while. I wish I would have held, but IIPR looks really good too. They do like triple net leases for marijuana. Tilray, SNDL move nice, low volumes. Yeah, we just need more volume for those. Big Money's been buying the shit out of Tilray too. Marius, I hope that's right. I'm not really a trader, but I want to say thanks for the effort. Love to watch your videos. Thank you. Yeah, you don't have to be, you know, everyone doesn't have to be a trader. And if you do watch me a lot, you know, I don't really day trade or anything. Most of them are like couple week-long swings and stuff. You know what I mean? Palantir, H2O, I think it's going to fall to 20 bucks. Christian, thoughts on Disney? Entry in a couple of days. I actually have a Disney position right now. Filled the gap down to 158. Looking very good here. I really like this a lot. And Workhorse, let's take a quick look before we hop off. I don't know how earnings were, but Workhorse actually looks like it could be pushing back up to 12 bucks. Something I've been wondering about, Aristocat, when traders move stuff so often back and forth, doesn't it cost a lot of fees? Not really. Most of these brokers now are, you know, no fees at all. So like I don't pay any fees unless it's like OTCs on TD Ameritrade, or if it's TD Ameritrade charges like 46 cents for options contracts. SNDL. Sundial, big resistance here. We just need more volume. If this volume can continue to move, we could easily see Sundial at 135. I've been watching since 16. Affirm, Franco, I have money in Affirm right now. Big Money's been buying the shit out of Affirm. It does look good. What do you think of Peloton? We already went over that. I would be careful. There's a delay on the stream. I apologize for asking Lucid 3 or 4 times. It's all good. Yeah, the latency. So if I do longer latency, which means like it could be a whole minute behind, it's better quality for you guys. But the only issue is with the latency is that if like it's just longer. So I think I might actually do normal latency to give you guys, I don't know how this looks on your screen. I am streaming in 1080, but by the time it gets to you, it might not look that good. So I might do normal latency next time. AMAT, Tilray looks good. AMAT, longer term AMAT or Tilray looks good. AMAT looks great too, because here's the thing. If we look at AMAT, we go to the weekly chart. Let's get rid of this real quick. You can see a very, very good horizontal flag and a big breakout. I wouldn't enter AMAT here, but it does look really good. CGC, I like that too. Steve Rivian, what's a good entry? I'm going to do a video on that tomorrow, so we'll save that. Dark, Palantir, please. No stone unturned. Palantir, I think is going to go down to 20 bucks personally. I do have a position right now. I just plan to hold it at 20. Grab some more. Elon's performing the rug pull on Tesla stock, but he warned us polls and tweets. Could be a rug pull. We'll see what happens. So Los, JPV Los, Nvidia. I think Nvidia is going to continue to run, but I personally would not enter. I really wouldn't. I don't think it's worth the risk. Team Viewer. I don't know what Team Viewer is. I don't know the ticker. Peloton, we already talked about that. I wouldn't touch it at this point. Nvidia, we did. Tesla. Nora, CEI, great example. Yeah, look, I actually have this written out. So I actually have this written out from the CEI video I made. Smart money, professionals, public, bull trap, rug pull. Happens all the time. We bought Uber last week. Yeah, I bought Uber last week too. Looks freaking solid. Looking solid. Thanks, mRNA. Want to hold it long term, 200 okay. Yeah, Moderna's a great company long term, even before the whole pandemic and stuff. Uber, we already talked about that. Mattress business is so saturated. I agree with you, freedom and liberty. I do agree. It's going to be very tough for a lot of these companies like Nectar, Casper, Purple, like all them. CRSP, that's the CRISPR I'm thinking of. Descending triangle. It looks like CRISPR's probably going to pull back down to 78. Palantir, we did that. Coinbase price target. I think Coin can hit 370, 380 maybe, but I don't think it's the best time to enter. Thoughts on a firm bought the dip before earnings, could sell for a profit. Should I wait? Up to you if you want to take a profit and how you feel about it. I think it's going to go up, and I have a small position. So it's not a big position, but I do have a small position. You know what I mean? So I would say you guys don't ever want to be, gonna curse again, quote, fucked if something bad happens. You never want to be that way. You always want to be, if something bad happens, it's just a part of it. That's how you know you're trading with too much money. Curse all you like. It's a belief system. Thank you, Beast. Yeah, for me, I don't like to curse if you guys have kids around and stuff, but like cursing is a sign of authenticity. That's how I see it. It's a sign of authenticity. It really just is, right? Like, I'm not an a-hole about it and gonna like put someone down, but it's like it's just somebody who's authentic. That's how I see it. People who lie or people who curse aren't lying. I don't know about that, but Corsair breakout tomorrow. Man, Corsair is like watching paint dry. It does look good though. Descending wedge, bullish divergence, RSI, OBV looking like a push to 30. Mention the books again, please. I've seen videos of Mark Douglas. He's amazing, man. Okay, here's the thing. I'll type them out now. I started teaching because of Mark Douglas, because the guy died before the internet was massive, and that guy's principles need to be shared with the world. They really do. Trading in the zone. I'm going to type it out for you guys. Mark Douglas. Disciplined trader. Mark Douglas. And trading for a living. Alex Elder. Maybe I'll do like a book giveaway. Maybe I'll give away all 3 of those books. I'll do like a Discord giveaway. If you guys enter, maybe I'll throw it out. We did do a giveaway for a free year of our private mentorship group as well. If you guys do want, you can check out the private mentorship group. I live stream like this every morning with them. They get access to all my trades, all the live streams, all the courses and stuff, which we have a ton of courses on there too. As well as the private Discord. But I try to not push that stuff anymore. I really don't. I'm trying to just, like, it sounds so, like, I don't know, counterintuitive, but like, I'm really just trying to help a lot of people. I really am. This whole business and this whole YouTube channel, like, I never planned this. During the pandemic, I had so many people ask me that I was just tired of it, so I made a free course, and then I just gave it out to my friends, and then a bunch of people asked me, and people in this, like, Facebook group I was part of would ask me a bunch of stuff, and it just kind of, like, turned into something. But I'm so grateful for it. I wake up every day just so fucking happy to be alive and to trade and to have a community of people who are like me, because trading gets lonely, man. Like, it really does. A lot of my friends can't understand it. Mention the books again. All right, I did. I missed being a member, Lissa. Hopefully I can get back. Yeah, no problem, Lissa. Don't worry. I mean, you still hang out in the free one. It's all a good thing. Silver Wolf. I'm Liz on Discord, Peter. Very active on your Discord. I see you all the time, Liz. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Let me see. Tip, Thomas Carvo and Peter over here are 2 very decent YouTubers with good explanations of trading. Thank you, boss. Means a lot. Palantir, we talked about it. I think it's going to go down to 20. WISA, W-I-S-A. I personally wouldn't touch this. Thing has like so little volume. I really wouldn't touch this personally. DD, you talked about that earlier. I really wouldn't touch it. Your video looks beautiful on the computer. If anyone watching on the phone does not look good, thank you. Good. I'm hoping it does. What site is this? This is TradingView. So this is TradingView. I like to use TradingView. I also like to use Thinkorswim. I also like to use TrendSpider, but TrendSpider is not worth it in my opinion for the amount of money. I don't think it's worth it. Thank you, bro. Love the update. No problem, Jeremy. Thank you, man. DD. Yeah, so we talked about DD. I wouldn't touch it now. How about IDEX? I actually have not looked at this in a while. IDEX, good support. Divergence. Risky earnings, but TTM's been squeezing a lot. It looks like we could move up to 250, but if you go into this, I would say definitely just be careful. Like, only risk what you're willing to lose, you know what I mean? Live streams derp. Live streams dope, learned a lot. Thank you, means a lot, man. It really does. We'll definitely do more of these. Love the cursing, keep up the good work. Thank you. ACHR, Archer Aviation, another stock, ARK Invest, heavily buying. Let's take a look. They like the descending wedge bullet. No, they don't trade off of that. I have to look more into this company long term. But even though there's not a lot of charting to go off of, it does look like we're trying to reverse here. But I have to actually look into it long term. BNGO mark, good support here. Does look like we can bounce. Very risky though. Peter, all the trades that you personally take, do you mention all of them in your previous Discord or in your premium Discord? Yes, I do. How much is it again? $20 a month. And if you guys don't like it, just hit me up, give you your money back. I don't want anyone to, get into something that they don't want. But yeah, I share them all. I also share them here, like most of the time. You know what I mean? Let me see. So just in the past 2 weeks, I hit Zynga MU for $240. Boeing for, can I just no, I don't think I can. Actually, I can. Hold on, let me go to Discord. I can just share with you guys all the trades. We'll go over them briefly. I keep a trading log. Let's go to, I think it's in the updates. Peter's trades. Here it is, updates. Okay, so this was, I don't know how well you guys can see this. Facebook, Zynga. Facebook I'm still holding. Zynga, I made $30, a whopping $30. MU 232, Boeing, I had a big loss, but I ended up actually up $12. BNGO, I made 230, Domino's 430, Weight Watchers 140, Root 100, LYV 70, AMD 60, FDX 80, Burlington 291. I actually did re-enter a Burlington position right now because I really like it. But POWW 90, Tilray, I broke even. Palantir 130, I did just re-enter it. Wish $125, NEM 150, MasterCard 209, Zynga 129, Apple I lost 290, and CLX $20. So $2,274 in the first 2 weeks. It's pretty good, honestly. It's not that bad. But one thing I want you to notice, there's no crazy inconsistency here, right? The loss I took, which I don't know how it looks for you guys, but it was $300. It's not bad. What you see with a lot of people is they'll make $100, then they'll make 50, then they'll make 100, then they'll make 50, and then they lose $900. Right? You don't want to be a part of that. You don't want to have that. Consistency is key. I don't care how much money you make in a day. I care about how much you have made in the past couple of months and how consistent it looks, right? If your profit and loss looks like DWAC, that's no bueno. If it looks like the S&P 500 consistently going up, that's what I'm looking for. Let's see. And yes, I post them all in the premium Discord. Post all the losses too. Losses, losing is part of it. Silver Wolf, it is very, very lonely. It is, man. Like trading is very lonely. Not in only that you sit there, but it's also like people don't understand it. Like people don't understand what it's like to lose $5,000 in a day, or even 500. Like $500 could be like a fucking whole week of busting your ass. Like, people don't understand that. They just don't. Some people, like, it's just hard, But that's what I'm here to help, build a community that's like that. I don't like toxic people. I really don't. Life's too short for it. I fucking hit the ban hammer whenever I have to in the Discord. And a lot of our moderators do, too. Because it's just not worth it. There are so many trolls out there. And the biggest thing I'll say about trolls and toxic people and stuff, anyone you look up to, they don't troll. You think Michael Jordan's trolling? You think, Tom Brady, a lot of people are like, you think Tom Brady's trolling? You think the greatest people in their sports or in their respective, craft are trolling the internet? No, they're not. It's always losers who have nothing to do with themselves. That's who they are. So don't ever take negativity bad. And always shoot for whatever you're doing, trust me. Eric, thanks for all the content value, much appreciated. No problem. Thank you for being here. Means a lot. BNGO and Sens, talked about BNGO. Sens, we'll just drag this out real quick. Sens is looking pretty good, actually. Holding this this Fibonacci, looking like it could pull down to $3.15 though. PayPal's holding support. Talked about it earlier. It looks like it could fall to 175 though. What's your thoughts and predictions on Burlington? Let's talk about this. It's a good one, and then we'll hop off in a couple minutes. Burlington was a high conviction trade of mine. We bought Burlington down at 252. I sold it at 290. It ran to 302. It's looking pretty damn good here. They do have earnings coming up. It is going to be very risky. Big money's been buying the living crap out of it, and they have not sold it. So I do think Burlington, within the next couple of months, could fill up to $340. But I can always be wrong, right? It's a game of probabilities. I think there's a higher probability of Burlington moving to the upside than it is to moving to the downside. So take the position. Works. If it doesn't, doesn't. Quick thoughts on Cassava. So Cassava, big descending wedge, big push up. Fundamentally, this company had the same situation that happened to Moderna back in the day when I was buying it at 11. Falsely getting accused of lying about, things in their clinical trials. And, just didn't happen. I forget what it was, Foundation of Neuroscience or whatever, came out and said that the claims were false. It does look good, like it could fill up. I like Cassava long term. I will actually say that. From a trading perspective, it's not a bad entry either. But please remember, it is very, very, very risky. Very risky. It's not something I would put a ton of money in. Relative, maybe 10%, 20% of portfolio max. Let's see. Thank you for the live stream. Your experience is obvious and impressive. Thank you so much, Markwell. The only reason I have a lot of experience is because I've been kicked in the teeth many of times. That's where experience comes from. But one thing I'll say though is even when I lost a crap ton of money when I was starting, I knew there were people out there who did this legitimately, who legitimately made a lot of money and legitimately did this consistently. And that's why I stuck with it. Stornwald, I got rug pulled on RSHN, down almost 4K, bag holding with hope. All right, let's see. I don't know. I'll start. I don't know anything about this company fundamentally. I really don't. But you can see the manipulation here, right? Massive dump, and then you have consistent sideways action followed by a massive pump, massive dump, sideways action, big pump, big dump. Who is this? Stonewall. I'm not saying you shouldn't have hope, but I'm just saying that you have to look at this from a clear lens and say, okay, got a rug pull. Where do we go from here? That's the biggest thing in life. Shit happens to you, but it's how you recover. Sorry, I had to sneeze. I had to mute the mic. It's how you recover from it. That's the biggest thing, right? There's a lot of times I still make poor decisions, and then you have to look at yourself and be like, all right, how do we come back from this? I can't tell you. I don't know what this company's going to do. But for me, I would personally probably sell it. And that's just me. I don't know anything about the company, so please remember that. I'm just a dude on YouTube. Do you have any thoughts on Regeneron, REGN? Yeah, so let's go to a weekly. Be a little bit easier to see here. Very good resistance here. What is this? We see cup and handle. This looks phenomenal. Yeah, if you got a couple months on Regeneron, this thing looks really good. Thanks, bro. Keep up the work. Oh my God. All right. Icona. Peter, you sound like you have a stoic philosophy towards life. You're my man or woman, whoever, whichever, I don't know. Yeah, that's my entire life is stoicism. So I have tattooed on me, respect the past, create the future. I carry around a coin. Title says Tesla stock. Yeah, that's what we were talking about, but this is towards the end of the stream. We're talking about Tesla. I do think it's going to pull down to 950 and then bounce from there. But yeah, so I carry a coin that says Memento Mori because we're all going to die. And then I also have in my office 5 Stoic paintings. So I have one with Death holding a... I'll have to post them on Instagram or something. But Death holding a bow and arrow pointed towards you. In German, or I think it's in Latin. I mean, not German, in Latin. It says like my arrow never misses. So like your time will come. But yeah, throughout my house, I have a lot of art that basically says you're going to die. And I live by that all the time. Because you only have one life and you have to go for the things you want to go for. And that's why if I can be a bridge or a barrier to get people to go after the shit that they want to go after, that's what I'm here for. That's what I really wanted to make a channel on, was helping people start businesses and starting to do the things they really want to fucking do with their life. But the algorithm doesn't love that. And so I started making other videos and it started blowing up. And so, yeah, I have a very stoic philosophy. And I talked about in this video I made yesterday, it's not out yet, but like learning to lose. I want to write a book called Learning to Lose. And a lot of people will be like, that's not alpha, fuck that. You learn how to lose, it's only winning. And we lose a lot. We lose people die. We lose trades. We lose pieces of us. We lose every day. Losing is a part of life. I don't win all the time in the market, right? I lose. And learning how to just deal with that and understanding like losses occur. What do we do from here? That's what the best people do. When you look at top people in their craft in their world, they look at something, especially like even look at a guy like Elon Musk, right? The title says Tesla. How many times has that company or has that guy lost in a situation and then came back from it, right? It's just looking at it, objectively and saying, okay, where do we go from here? Thanks for the books. Would be nice if you can give us a list. Hell yeah. I can do a list for sure, and then I can also give it away. Give some books away and stuff like that. I'd like to do that. Right? You know, if it's gonna be a tax write-off, I'd rather give you guys a bunch of shit rather than give the government money. You know what I mean? Especially if it can help impact your guys' life and stuff. Yeah, I recognize your many Stoic ideas over the past weeks and months. Yeah, I mean, Stoicism is the way to go. If you guys don't understand it, there's a really one of my favorite authors. His name is Ryan Halliday. He has a Daily Stoic YouTube channel, but yeah, Stoicism, like I just put myself through the hardest shit. A lot of Stoicism I've started because, like, I don't know if you guys, we'll get into the backstory, but basically I was a raging drug addict 10, 11 years ago. I was a raging drug addict. I went to prison. I was a convicted felon. Did about 9 months in prison in total. And I was just a complete fuck up. But that's the beautiful thing, is like the people I know who are the best people in the world are all broken. They're all fucked up. But I mean, that's the biggest thing, is like the people who go through the hardest hardships understand, like when I had to take the leap from, starting to trade full time, I always thought to myself, like, what's the worst case scenario of my trading failing? What's the worst case scenario, right? Like I just live on a couch or something. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So when I wanted to start my business, or I wanted to start putting myself out there on the internet, or making a group, I was just like, what's the worst case scenario? You always have to say it to yourself, what's the worst case scenario? It's not that big of a deal. We're all going to die. And most, 100 years from now, no one's going to even know about us. Thousands of years from now, we'll be a blip in the, matrix. Like, who knows? We have other universes. And that's a saddening, but also a beautiful thing, that like, it doesn't really matter that much. The world doesn't care that much about you. It really doesn't. You know what I mean? Lucid, prediction please. Swarov, I think that's your name. Lucid, looking like we're probably going to push back up. But like I said earlier, I don't think it's worth getting into at this point. If you're already in it, you can hold on to it. If you're not in it, I would probably not enter it. If you look at Netflix, Quentin, yeah, I sold Netflix Friday. I still think Netflix is going to run, looking like we're going to push up to all-time highs. RSI pointing up, MACD crossed OBV, but I have like 32 positions open, so I needed to close those. But yeah, it does look good. Can you look at Netflix? I did that. Ambu, bro, join the premium membership. How do I know that I'm actually on it now? Please. I don't know what your Discord name is. Shoot me a DM on Discord. shoot me a DM on Discord, and we'll make sure. You should be able to see a section that says premium underneath of it. But shoot me a DM on Discord, or if you guys have any questions, I will also... I'll put my email in here. If you guys have any questions about anything, please don't email me with like, can you look at this stock? Like I can't respond to that. But if you have any actual like questions regarding to that, I can respond. NNDM prediction, please. I actually like this company long term. I actually do like NNDM. Same type of situations like BNGO, NNDM, like all of those, like sitting here at support, earnings coming up. It's nothing is saying buy this looking like we're gonna push. It really doesn't, but it is holding the support here. So for me, I personally would sit out. I can see a premium section now. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. Normally 2 to 3 trades a day is what I call out. Sometimes the market's ripping and roaring. Sometimes it's not. So that's how it is. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off. If you could hit the like button, it means a lot. Share it with somebody. Go ahead and check out the Discord. Like I said, it is completely free. There's some great people over there. We have over 2,000 people in the first month of doing this. We have tons of free courses. So if you go to the Discord and you join, and then you go to the free resources section, you're going to see there's a whole introduction to the stock market course completely for free, technical analysis course completely for free, disciplined trader course. So I took that book that I was telling you guys earlier by Mark Douglas, Disciplined Trader, and I made it a course. So it's really, really good. So I would definitely check it out. It's a really, really good course. And it's completely free for you guys. But yeah, definitely check it out. And on top of that, there's a lot of other stuff over there. We have a technical analysis bot that really helps with like showing you guys flow and stuff. And we're thinking about potentially putting another one in there too that's going to be a little bit better. But yeah, the goal is free. And then if you guys want to upgrade to get access to all my trades, of course you can. And if you want to work with me directly, we do have a private mentorship group. The link is in the description. But besides that, guys, just hit the like button and share it with you guys. Let's talk about Tesla and your thoughts. All right, one last one before we hop off, because we started with Tesla, we'll end with Tesla. Mark SEK. I like you more. Dude, thank you so much, Mark. That means a lot, man. It really does. Thank you. SEK. Let's talk about SEK and then we'll go over Tesla. SEK is the same type of situation. There's a lot of these other ones. Like there's a very small amount of volume, RSI pointing up, OBV pointing up. I don't know anything about this company long term, so please remember that. But it is looking like this breakout can continue. We don't have any weakness in the RSI yet, but like I said, we don't have a ton of technical analysis to go off of. But I'd be very, 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 very careful with it. It's a very, very volatile stock. Very volatile. I don't normally trade IPOs, to be quite honestly. I really don't. Oh, I think that's the currency, 50 SEK. I don't know what that, oh, let's see. I don't mess with crypto, but thank you. Let me see. Let's talk about Tesla and your thoughts. Yeah, let's go over Tesla for sure. Before we hop off. And York, after learning about your life history, more respect to you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, I don't hide anything about that. Like, I really don't. Like, my biggest thing is like I said, tattooed on me. Respect the past, create the future. Like we all have a past. Like you don't ever hide from it, right? Like I don't want to be one of those people who ever pretends to be something that they're not, just so you can be exposed later. Because time will catch up with you. That's why even. Like, I don't tell you guys, like, I'll teach you how to make $1 million. Like, I haven't made $1 million. I can teach you how to build a business that makes $300,000 a year. I've done that. I could teach you that. But I think that that's even better for YouTubers because, it's very hard to just watch somebody who's already been there, who's already made all the money. But to watch somebody real life fucking scratching and clawing and grinding, right? That's what I want to see. That's the type of person I want to surround myself with. I know you guys are on that level too. Like we're all just trying to get to where we want to be. And that's the thing, But thank you, Mark Mar W. Carl. I don't know if that's even how you say it. I'm sorry, but thank you. All right, let's go over Tesla and then we'll hop off. It's been about an hour and a half. I only want to do an hour, but I can definitely do more of these guys. So with Tesla, same thing. We're holding support at the 22. RSI is not looking hot. MACD is crossed to the downside. Histogram is making a lower low. So what I want to see is this histogram histogram on the MACD make a higher low. That's what I'm looking for, and the OBV is pointing down as well. So I would be very careful. I think it's going to fill the gap to 900, but only time will tell, and we'll see. But yeah, guys, thank you for all the support. Last one for the people, EVGO. If you're already in it, let it ride. I wouldn't enter though. I wouldn't enter. It's just not worth the risk. It really isn't. But yeah, guys, thanks for all the support. Thanks for hanging out with me on your Sunday. It truly means the world to me. Like, time is the most expensive currency out there, and the fact that you guys share your time with me, like, literally means a lot to me. Like I said, you can check out our channels. I got this channel, the other channel, it's all about long-term investing, the Discord for free, all the other paid stuff, whatever. But yeah, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, guys, thank you. Like the video if you can, share any of the courses, share any of the stuff, get it out there. And yeah, I'll be here next Sunday, 3 p.m. I'm gonna start doing Sunday 3 p.m. I was doing Fridays, but I think Sunday's good because most people are off. Have a good day, guys. Thank you so much. Peace.